Let's hear it for the OCYG grads. College freshmen. That's awesome. Okay, so y'all are going to help us with our Sweet and Savory 16. This is, tell us your names real quick. We'll start alphabetical order. Gretchen first.
I'm Gretchen.
I'm Isaac.
I'm Tucker.
I got Gretchen, Isaac, and Tucker here. Guys, we're going to do quick takes on these. I want passion. I want energy. Listen, if you're angry about what's happening, let us feel it through the computer, okay? Let's start with Avengers Shrek. Who wins and why? Go.
All right. I think Avengers is probably going to win this one. This is a harder one, but it's just we're all so in love with the characters, and there's so many connections with all the stories.
You know, I got respect for both of these. I think Shrek is very good, but right now I think Avengers is like the Clemson football team. They've just recently taken the movie world by storm. So I think you got to go with Avengers on this one.
Okay, I'm a little upset because I feel like Avengers is going to win, but I would want Shrek to win because I feel like I like Shrek more in the characters and the whole story. Because Avengers just feels a little bit too much like a cash grab. It's a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I don't know. There are some moments in Avengers that are a little stale for me, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's a hot take, but that's what I like here. I like that. Indiana Jones, Toy Story.
Okay, if it's not Indiana Jones, I'm going to be very mad because Indiana Jones is such a classic. I feel like there's also a generational thing to account for here. Some people love watching movies from the 80s, whereas a lot of people grew up on Toy Story, like myself, but I like Indiana Jones more. But I feel like Toy Story is going to win, I guess.
You know, I definitely agree with Isaac. I believe Indiana Jones is a classic, and a lot of people like it. I personally have only seen the first movie, so I can't say much, but it is a generational divide. I'd probably have to go with Toy Story because that's what I know better. But, yeah.
Well, it's the favorite. Gretchen.
I think Indiana Jones, and Tucker, I also think you should watch the rest of the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, I probably should.
High School Musical, Home Alone.
You know, personally, I'm not a huge fan of either of these. I like the original Home Alone, but from there, I don't think it got any better. It's like Johnny Manziel's football career started off hot, died down pretty quickly. I don't like High School Musical either. I mean, I don't have sisters, so it's kind of hard for me to get into. But honestly, I'd probably have to say High School Musical just from a quality standpoint is the better one.
Well, I think both of these movies have a lot of us watched them when we were really little, so this is probably going to be a tougher one. But I think in the end, High School Musical is going to come out on top.
Yeah,
I'm with Tucker and Gretchen on this one. I think High School Musical is going to end up winning because as much as I don't really have strong feelings about either of these movies, I do find myself humming something from High School Musical sometimes during the day. It's unintentional. It's not like I love the series, but it just
you can't help
it.
Yeah, okay, that's good. All right, who you got? Lord of the Rings, Jurassic Park.
All right. My personal favorite between these is Lord of the Rings, and that's partially just because I love the books and the movies I thought were really well done. But these are both, super dramatic, exciting. I think it's going to be a tough one. I'm counting on hoping Lord of the Rings wins, but okay. I don't really know.
I have mad respect for Lord of the Rings, but I also love Jurassic Park. But I haven't seen all of the Jurassic Parks enough to know I like it better. So I'm going to go with Lord of the Rings myself on this one. I think it's going to come out on top.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings is obviously written by the grand champion of British literature, J.R.R. Tolkien. So, sorry, J.K. Rowling, but if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have Beowulf. So, I'm going to have to go with Lord of the Rings on this one, just from a quality standpoint. I think the character development, the story, it's just a little bit higher quality than Jurassic Park is.
Yeah, it's interesting. Lord of the Rings, the three movies, the three Lord of the Rings extended versions they may actually be longer than the 5 Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movies. So I just think that's funny. All right, we're moving to the sweet side now. You got Harry Potter versus Lion King. Go, Tucker. You started out. Harry Potter, Lion King. Tucker?
All right, yeah, sure. I'll go. everybody loves the original Lion King. I think it's a pretty good movie. But the thing with Harry Potter is it's probably one of the best book to movie translations that we've seen. And I mean, J.K. Rowling obviously did an outstanding job with the series. So definitely gonna have to go with Harry Potter in this one.
There is no doubt in my mind Harry Potter is going to win. Because as much as I have a soft spot for The Lion King, and I love the characters of The Lion King, I feel like Harry Potter is just infinitely better. It's more universal, I think. More people know Harry Potter, more people love it.
All right. Well, this one's a little harder. I think if it was just the first Lion King movie versus any one of the Harry Potter movies, I would vote for the Lion King. But when you're considering the entire franchise, I think Harry Potter's the one.
That is a great point. A lot of people, I think, have been voting for Lion King on the strength of that first movie. All right, Hunger Games. We got 3 more. Hunger Games, Captain America.
Ooh, okay. This is a tough one because I am not familiar with either super well.
Okay.
But I have seen them both several times. I feel like my personal choice would be Captain America, but I feel like it could go either way with the youth group. So.
Okay. So you're too close to call. Gretchen?
Yeah, too close to call for me.
I actually am kind of in the same boat. For me, I don't even know which one I would choose. I love both of those a lot, and I don't know what's going to win. So.
Okay.
I mean, my gut tells me Captain America. I'm not super passionate about either one of these franchises. But yeah, I think it'll be pretty split down the middle. But if I'm going with my gut, I'm going to say Captain America.
Gretchen, can I ask you, I've seen the first 2 Hunger Games. I have not seen either of the Mockingjay movies. Are they good? I mean, does it end well?
I'm not a super critical of movies, so I enjoyed them.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, Captain America is fabulous. That's going to be a fun one. All right. Star Wars Jumanji. This feels like a blowout. Does Jumanji have a chance? Let's start with Tucker.
You know, Star Wars, the more recent stuff, it hasn't been quite as good as the original. At least that's what most people think.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you're younger and you haven't seen as much of the original and you've been paying more attention to the new stuff, it's better to you. But I think from a series standpoint, just as far as like, I don't know, just it's a little bit more wholesome to me than Jumanji is. And I think as far as popularity goes, it's far more popular than most movie series out there.
I think it's definitely going to be Star Wars. It's had such a larger impact on all of our lives. And even if the movies aren't the best movies ever made, they hold a special place in all of our hearts, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going with Star Wars on this one. I feel like it was such an innovative franchise because I feel like space effects, when Star Wars came out, I think it came out in 1977, if I remember correctly, A New Hope.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just, for the graphics and the whole special effects of the time, that was mind-blowing. So as much as I love Jumanji, and especially the newer ones with like The Rock and Kevin Hart and Jack Black, it's got to be Star Wars. Can't be anything else.
Last one of our sweet/savory 16 would be Iron Man, the 3 seed, taking on the 2 seed Pirates of the Caribbean.
As much as Iron Man has a special place in my heart, I love Johnny Depp playing Captain Jack Sparrow so much. I love that dynamic with Will Turner as well, especially in the first one.
Yeah.
So my choice is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
It has to win.
Okay, that's you want that to win.
I want it to win.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it. Who's next?
I haven't seen all the Iron Mans, and I've seen Pirates of the Caribbean movies way too much, so I don't think I can fairly say which one I like.
Right.
But I do think Pirates of the Caribbean is probably going to win because for Marvel movies, I don't think Iron Man was the best franchise.
Okay.
Or the most liked franchise.
Yeah, it fizzled a little bit. I mean, everybody agrees Iron Man 1 is excellent and amazing, and it was the first. It started it all in terms of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but yeah, 2 and 3 weren't quite as popular, even though I low-key really loved number 2. Tucker, finish it out here. Who wins?
You know, I don't have strong feelings for Iron Man. I've watched a good bit of Pirates of the Caribbean. Even though they didn't deliver on 4 and 5, I still think it's going to beat Iron Man.
Okay. Yeah, it did. I think that's a great way to put it. It did not deliver on 4 and 5. Some people would even say 2 and 3 got a little too complicated, but they were, for my money, they were fun to follow. Without the Elizabeth Will Turner, storyline, 4 and 5 really missed something. But yeah, that'll be an interesting one. I could see it going either way. But you guys liked all the 1 seeds. It sounded like this group doesn't know, can't really decide on Hunger Games, versus Captain America. And I think you guys liked Indiana Jones to move forward, and maybe even Jurassic Park, although I think you gave the nod to Lord of the Rings. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Of all these movies, which of these franchises do you hope wins and that you will be watching with the youth group when we get back together, whenever that is?
I'd say Star Wars.
Yeah, me too. Star Wars.
I think Star Wars is definitely the one that wins.
Okay, cool. So you guys, is that the one you want to win or the one you think will win, or both?
That's the one I think will win. If I wanted one to win, it might be like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Just as far as movie quality standpoint, I think some of those movies are better.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a huge popularity piece that goes along with Star Wars, and
Yeah.
I think that's what'll carry them to the championship eventually.
Do you guys think Star Wars will win?
Yes, definitely. I think so.
Gretchen, you're not sure.
I'm not sure. I think it's likely, but I also can see a lot of the others winning.
Okay. Well, this has been fun. Have you guys been voting?
Yes.
Okay, good. I love it. To me, it's just so fun. I never vote early because I want to see what everybody has done when I go on Instagram and I hit the movie. And it's always so satisfying. I'll be honest. I want the one that I click to be winning. I want the movie that I click to have the higher percentage, but I don't want it to be a runaway. I don't want to see 82-18. I want to see 56-44 or something like that. Cause it's kind of like with, if it's a football team or a basketball team that I'm not emotionally connected to, I just want to see a good game. So I think here in the Sweet and Savory 16, we're going to see some good matchups. I hope that's the case. Thank you for joining us. Any final words? Like any goodbyes or I love yous or hello moms, happy Mother's Days? We could just be done.
You said it all.
Yeah, we said it all for real.
It's all for us, yeah.
I love you guys. Thanks for doing this.
Thank
Oh,
you.
anytime.
Thank you.
All right. See you later.
Yeah, see ya.